the home of the do-it-yourself trucker. When everything goes wrong, you gotta Redneckanize.
But you know what? I'm always coming up with things like that because, like what I see, just like the fair weather of enforcement. You know what we start seeing now is we start seeing those damn Democrats and those leftists. You know, they care so much about democracy, except when it comes down to what the stuff they don't like. You know, and it's always like, you know, politicians in general only like democracy when they win elections. When they lose elections, democracy's not good. You know.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. I don't know. I'm. You know, I can't hardly stand it. I can't wait to see how this year turns out in November.
Oh yeah, this next time around.
I just don't know what's going to happen. If they try this cheating shit again in November at these primary, you know, at the midterms, I don't know what's going to come out of it.
So that's another cool thing is what's going on up there in Ohio. You guys got a Senate race coming up, and you guys got a Republican primary because you've got some people trying to outdo each other on the Republican side because you got that guy, what's his name, Vance, the guy that wrote that book.
Yeah.
He's running,
and
a couple other people. But there's a lot of people on. I watch The Blaze a lot, and they're not too thrilled with that Vance guy. He's kind of like one of those guys where, of course, he grew up poor and he's served in the Marines, but he also went to Yale, so you kind of got to be careful, right. You know.
Yeah, I think he falls in about the same line as Mike DeWine.
Okay.
And they need to get rid of that asshole, that rhino man. Yeah, he's the best friend the Democrats ever had. He's Republican, but he goes right along with the damn Democrats. As far as I'm concerned, he can take a flag. Yeah, never mind. But I don't think DeWine will get back in there. He's Republican, but I don't think that. I don't think he'll be reelected because nobody likes him because of the way he did everything over this COVID.
Gotcha.
You know, he fell right in line with the Democrats, and he's followed them. Everything that they've done, he's went right along with it. You know, and I don't know. Jim Jordan is one I like up here, man. He's man. I tell you what. But I don't know. I don't know what Ohio's going to do, but I know they better do something.
Right. So one thing came out here this past week. There was a vote. I think it was either right before, or it might have been earlier this week. So right after Thanksgiving, they had a vote. I'm thinking that's what it was. I can't remember exactly when the vote was, but there was a COVID vaccination relief effort, and what it did was it made the federal government, it authorized the federal government to create a vaccination database to where you now, whoever gets you can vaccinated, you can put it into a database, and that way when you have to go somewhere, like, you know, to an event or anything, they can look it up and find out if you have been vaccinated. And they said 90. Was it 90? Yeah, 90 Republicans, I think is what they said, voted for it. So I looked it up, and my congressman did not vote for it. Cloud down here in Texas is my congressman. He didn't vote for it. I didn't, but you know who did vote for it was that Dan Crenshaw out of Houston. That one, you know, and he did vote for it. And what it is, it's a database. It's a database.
Do that.
I know. Well, that's what I can't figure out either. So I found out about it on Blaze, and the guy that's on there is Jason Buttrell. He's on Twitter a lot, and he's always one of those guys. Right. He's a great guy because he gets mad at Republicans even more than he gets mad at Democrats. Because it's one of those things. How can you get mad at a Democrat? You know exactly what they're going to do. It's like, the people you need to get mad at are the people that say they're Republican and they do exactly opposite of what they say.
Exactly.
But I encourage everybody to look it up to find out if your congressman voted for this. They say 90 Republicans did, and Dan Crenshaw was one of them. And basically, it's just a money thing. It authorized spending of money, like $100 million, and it creates a vaccination database. And I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like, so this database is okay, but gun databases, I mean, the way Jason Buttrell says it is like, okay, all the databases, they all get used against you in one way or the other, or they sell your information is what they do. They gather all your information and they sell it, or they use it to know, it's kind of like they know who you vote for because, it's kind of like one of those things. We know who's out there voting Democrat. It's the people wearing masks.
Yeah, if they can put an end to all this, everybody has got this hang up. They don't give a damn what they're doing to them personally.
Right.
But it's like, we don't care. Whatever we got to do just so we can go to a football game, or whatever we got to do just so we can go to NASCAR, or go to a sporting event, or go out to eat. Yep. You know what? Just boycott all that shit. Just don't go. Just don't go.
Yeah.
If you got to be mandated, you got to be vaccinated, or you got to be a test. Don't go.
Yeah.
Just don't go.
Well, I think
when you start hitting these assholes in their pocket and they start losing money, they'll quit it.
Yep. But that's the thing is that I don't know if the one industry that I saw that a lot of people had to get vaccinated was the cruise, going on a cruise. You had to get vaccinated, and I don't know if they changed their mind on that, but a lot of people were just they did. If you don't want to get vaccinated, if you want to go on a cruise, you got to get vaccinated. If you don't want to get vaccinated, you can't go on a cruise. Well, I hope people I hope that people do the right thing and don't do it because just have a reason.
Right.
So it's one of those things. So I don't I see it as
I don't know. We're in serious problem. We're in serious trouble. I know that.
Well, the problem is education that people don't understand. Natural immunity. They're coming out now with this new thing in Africa. The scientists in Africa are saying the people with natural immunity are actually doing better than everybody. If you have natural immunity, you are like 400% better protected than if you took a vaccine. So, and people just don't. They're not saying that. The government, our government here, is not saying that. They're saying get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. Well, so I don't know.
I don't know. I pissed them off. I'd come down there. I walked up there, give my bills the other day when I got to where I delivered. They told me, a woman said, "You got a mask?" I said, "No."
Nope.
She said, "You don't have a mask?" I said, "No." She said, "Well, there's some right there on the table. Take one." I said, "No, I don't think so." She said, "Why? That's what they're here for. You got to have a mask. Come in here." I said, "So you want me to reach over there and touch that pile of masks, loose masks, and paper masks? You want me to take one off of that stack right there? Now, if I don't have it, somebody else that touched them might have had it. Now I do have it." I said, "Is that what you're telling me?"
Yeah.
I said, "No, I'm not doing that." She said, "Well, if you don't have a mask, you can't come in here." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what." I said, "I'm going to go out." I said, "Tell me what door you want me in." I said, the bills will be in the back of the trailer."
Yeah.
I said, "I'll put the bills in the back of the trailer." I said, "When you get me empty," I said, "you sign the bills, put them in the back of the trailer. I'll pull out, take my bills, and we're good." "Oh, no, it don't work like that." I said, "It works like that for me. If you want your shit, you'll take it out of there. That's the way it's going to be because I'm not wearing your mask. I'm done with all that."
Yep.
Oh, crazy. I figured that'd be a shit show with the company, but they didn't say nothing. I figured for sure they'd call the company raising hell, and I was hoping they would because I was telling me, "Oh, that's the way it is." I'm done with all this mess.
Yeah.
I'm not dealing with it.
Yep. Well, so I go to the gym here regularly, and they they don't require it, but they say please, if please, we recommend to wear a mask. But then what they also do is they also make sure how they tell you wipe down the equipment and all that. Well, they actually give everybody like a big bottle of the solution that is supposed to sanitize everything, and they want people to go around and spray everything down and everything like that. And I'm like,
bullshit.
No, well, that's the thing.
It's not my job.
Well, well, I'm done with it too. What I do is I go in there, and they have the little wet ones and towels. So it's sitting there in the middle of the whole gym. So when I'm done, I walk over there, I grab a little wet one, I wipe it down, and then I take a towel and I dry everything off, just like I did before. That's what we did beforehand.
Right.
It's like, the only thing that I'm wiping down is the stuff that I got sweaty, that I got messy. Okay, if I touched it, I don't care that I touched it. I only care if I got it sweaty. That's the only thing I care about. So that was all I was doing, and nobody cares. Nobody's telling you, hey, you're not doing that. Nobody cares. It's just that they have it out there, so people keep using it. It's like, just stop it. Stop wasting money on that crap.
Right.
But here's the funny thing. I thought that was funny today. So this morning, before our Toys for Tots ride, we all met down at the Golden Corral. We said, well, there's not going to be much time between people getting up and getting going and then meeting over there for the ride. So we're going to meet at Golden Corral because that way you can get in, get a little something, and have coffee, juice, and get whatever you want quick, and then it's quicker. Well, the funny thing was Golden Corral. So Golden Corral, it's one of those. It's a buffet. Well, what they've got is at their little stations when you grab a plate is they've got a little dispenser where you can get those little plastic gloves. Those, they're like made of like saran wrap or whatever, and they're like those loose fitting gloves that they wear, like the lunch lady gloves. Where you can put those on, and when you go pick up utensils to serve your food, to put your food on the plate, you're not touching any of those utensils. You can just use those gloves, and so the funniest thing is that the ladies, some of the ladies I saw, they would use those gloves, take them off, put them on the table, and then want to put them back on when they go get another plate. And I'm like, what are you doing? So you're not doing anything. It's like you would have been better if just touching the things. And I mean, come on, golly.
Right.
Pain in the butt. I'm like, I'm done with it, man. And then the funny thing is that when, they don't want to touch the utensils, but yet they're okay with the kids running up there and breathing on everything underneath the sneeze guards or people leaning over, they lean over and they lean in. And it's like, dude, don't breathe on it. I don't want you breathing on my food. It's okay if you touch the utensil, but don't be breathing on the food. And no, but they still do that.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
And just
I
like
mean, it's like us out there. It's just like us out there, Ed. I mean, when you go in to deliver somebody, you drop your bills off. They take the bills out of your hand.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
They take the bills out of your hand. They sign your bills and they hand it back to you.
Yep.
They're always worried about you breathing on something or touching something. Well, how many times do they think that paperwork gets touched? They're touching it. You're touching it. You ain't sanitized. They ain't sanitizing every time they touch something.
Right. Yep.
You're still getting it. What makes the difference? It don't make any sense. I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's all political. That's all it is. It's all politics.
It is. Well, it was Donald Trump said we got to get rid of it, and they're like, no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yes. I don't know, man. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I see something this morning or sometime they said that they're what is it? Oregon, I think it is trying to get that mandate to where it's permanent.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I mean, everything they want permanent. They want everything permanent. They want the power of the governor to be able to just put in restrictions like that. They want it permanent. Right now, they say, according to what I heard, this is just what I heard, on the news for the conservative news that I listen to, that the state of Washington closed down their polls. Like everything's done by mail. They don't do anything in person anymore. Any voting is all done through the mail. No, that's what they want. They don't want any in-person polling at all, ever, again. So when you want to cheat on elections, go to Washington. Fill out them mail-in ballots, and do all you want, because that's what they do.
That's BS.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it's BS. That's why they're not requiring no vaccines and stuff for them people coming up across the border. They're letting them. That's why they're trying to get as many of them in here as they can get. They're trying to get away from voter ID, because they know that if he lets all them people in, well, they're all going to vote Democrat. They're all going to vote for him, and we can't win. And they've got to stop it somehow. They got to stop it. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yep.
It ain't good. I don't know. I hope we got a show this year. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. I don't know if we're going to have a show this year or not. We'll see. Long time between now and March.
Yep.
Oh yeah, long time.
All it's going to do is take one more virus, or they're going to blow this virus that they got, this Omicron or Moronic or whatever they want to call it. They blow that up one more time, then they'll, Toby and them they'll hit the panic button and call it off again.
Yeah, I know it's all indoors, but for the show, but all these sporting events are having no issues.
That's what I'm saying. There's only an issue if they want it to be an issue.
If you look at an NFL game, I think hockey's starting up, basketball's starting up. You don't see no people with masks on now.
No,
they're follow the money. They follow the money.
Yep. It's all about lawyers
and money. They follow the money.
Yep.
It's all about the bling bling.
Yeah. Even racing, you might get maybe a very select few that'll still wear a mask, but majority of everyone, yeah, racing is an outside event, but I haven't seen anybody with masks on at a football game or basketball game or anything.
Oh, they're not. They were just talking about the state of Michigan is one of the big ones, because right now the highest number of cases in the United States is in Michigan, and then they just had a sold-out game. That's the largest college stadium in America is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and it was packed full of people,
right,
and nobody wearing masks. So, if they're, in their liberal state, so if they're not concerned about it, being that they've got the highest cases, right now the lowest cases in the country is Florida, and everybody was like talking about how bad Florida was and all that. And really what it all boils down to is what we see is it's a flu thing, just like the flu. It's a seasonal thing where in the winter states, the northern states in the wintertime, because people go indoors. In the summertime, it's the south. Yep. It's the south because and it's too hot outside, people go indoors. And that's what happens. So your cases will go up. The problem is just like Ben Shapiro always says, you got Biden and all these government officials, they're more concerned with cases than they are with hospitalizations and all that. They don't care about hospitalization. They want the cases to be zero. That's what they want. And they keep telling you it's bad because the cases. The cases are never going away, and that people are just. I don't know if they know the difference. You know.
Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday night. My neighbor across the street, he passed away. His wife's in ICU right now, and he had COVID last year. He got his shots, and he got it again, and still passed away.
Oh yeah, yep.
No, say it ain't so.
Right.
And top it off, him and his wife work at home.
See. So there's just no way to know. It's out there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you can't be scared. You know, like Ben Shapiro said at the beginning of the pandemic, he says, "I am convinced that from the day you were born, Mother Nature is trying to kill you."
Yeah.
When it's your time, it's your time.
Yep. That's about it.
You just remember that, Robbie. Next time you piss me off, just remember that. When it's your time, it's your time.
It's been a while since I pissed you off, so I gotta get you going again. It's been like a year. My math is right.
Shit.
Yep. Well,
I don't know. I think we all need to be like just Baldwin, man. Just go out and give everybody a fake gun. Let the world, let the problem solve itself.